everyone, this is Kassie and these are the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of January the 16th to January 22. If you want to check out last week's predictions, you can check out the link above. Don't forget that every day I post the card of the day. You can see the energies and the trends of the day, but that's a general prediction, of course. If you are looking for a more detailed and personal prediction, you can always find me on my psychic platform www.kassiekai.com. And you will also get 3 free minutes with your subscription. If you enjoy my channel, make sure you subscribe, like and share, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so that you don't miss anything new that comes up. But let's see the predictions for next week. For Aries, we had the Two of Swords and now it's the Page of Cups. The Two of Swords is a card of hesitation, ambiguity. Maybe there was a situation, a relationship in your life that was ambiguous. You didn't know what to do. There was a decision you needed to make, but perhaps you were not ready to make it. But this week you will make some progress. You may decide to take some steps forward because the Page of Cups is new energy, is a new beginning. You may receive good news or a nice surprise on its way to you this week, probably involving love and personal relationships. For instance, you may receive an invitation to do something fun and romantic, or a message of love that will make you feel really well. Especially if you are in a new relationship and you do need some confirmation of another person's feelings, or if you're interested in someone and you don't know if they're interested in you, you will get a sign, a message that will reveal their feelings. So if you're wondering how they feel, there is attraction, there is interest, and there are romantic feelings. The Page of Cups is a card of love. All cups, court cards are cards of love. And so there will be some very positive vibes around your relationships this week. Or perhaps someone has their eyes on you and you don't know it, and there will be a declaration of their interest in one way or another. My suggestion is that you don't fully invest in that person yet, especially if you don't know them yet, because pages represent the kids in tarot, so some immaturity is always implied and it can manifest as ups and downs. So one moment someone shows that they die for you, the next day they get distant, and then they get closer again, and so on, in a way that's driving you crazy. But that's because the situation has not stabilized yet, either because deeper feelings have not yet developed, or because it's the very first stages and you are both trying to find your role in this connection. In any case, the Page of Cups is a love card, a good sign, either for relationships or a new project that you put your heart into, something that makes you feel emotionally fulfilled. On another note, you may receive good news about children, babies, pregnancy. So if you're trying for a baby, energies seem to be very favorable this week, as the Page of Cups often represents a new soul that's coming into this world. And cups in general are associated with psychic abilities. So this is a good week to develop your intuition, or if you want to delve a little deeper in divination or spiritual practices, this is a very good week to do so. Also, the beginning of the week between Monday and Wednesday will be the strong part of this week. For Taurus, we had the Ten of Cups and now it's the Seven of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups is a card of happy energies, joy, a successful completion, a very positive outcome. So last week you must have experienced some good energies around you. You must have felt optimistic that you are getting somewhere. But this week energies are slowing down and you will feel that progress is being suspended, or something you've been waiting for seems to take too long, or at least longer than you expected. And the truth is, you have made efforts and you've tended to something patiently that you'd wish to have produced results by now. So things that appeared to be developing last week now may come to a pause, and that can make you feel a little disappointed, a little frustrated. However, since you are determined to see something through until the end, you will probably step back and wait a little longer. I don't think you will give up, and that's the right thing to do at this stage, especially if you have made a lot of effort for something. The Seven of Pentacles is Saturn in Taurus, and Taurus represents all those things that make us feel good, but also practical matters, so there might be some issues of practical nature that will require your attention, and also some obstacles that you'll have to overcome. However, you will also notice that someone will get more dependable and also more committed to something. If there has been a financial problem in the previous week, this week there will be improvement and more stability. If you want to know how someone feels about you, it appears that they are weighing up your connection. They are putting thought into your relationship, wondering whether it will work, but also what they will get out of this. And there might be some frustration, as is often the case with this card, usually because the next steps are not really clear, as the progress of something depends on many other factors, external factors, that are usually beyond our control. However, feelings are slowly growing, which means that you should not get impatient and you should not start pushing things in any way. Remember, you cannot force a flower to bloom, to grow. Any kind of force will probably destroy it, so that's how you should see the energies of the next week. The end of the week seems to hold the strongest energy, so expect that on Saturday or Sunday something will happen that will probably show you what the next stage will be, but until then try to remain patient. For Gemini, we had the Five of Pentacles and now it's the King of Wands. The Five of Pentacles is a card that usually manifests as a change that can be disorienting, or an obstacle that you have to overcome, or a difficulty, a problem that you need to resolve. So maybe last week wasn't that easy for you, but this week the King of Wands symbolizes someone who will help you either accept those changes that happened last week, or to plan for the future, because the King of Wands is a card of action and he hates procrastination and indecisiveness. This week someone, probably a male of a fire sign or ascendant, Aries, Leo or Sagittarius, will push you and motivate you to take action and choose a direction. This person will probably want to lead a situation, and if you are feeling that you don't have the energy or the confidence to make a decision at the moment, maybe it's best that you follow his lead, at least for a while, until you feel more ready to go after what you want. There will be lots of action this week, a lot of activity. Expect emails, phone calls. It will be a busy week and you won't get bored for sure. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, the King of Wands shows a strong attraction, passionate sexual feelings. However, the King of Wands can be a little selfish at times, wanting things on his terms, and since you are an air sign, either you are reinforcing this energy and you're creating a lot of momentum, or there might be some contrast between you, because fire and air boost each other, make each other stronger. However, since it appears that this king will be a rather supportive and reparative energy, I wouldn't expect that this will be a week of contrasts. On the contrary, I feel that this will be a week that energies will settle down. One thing to remember though is that wands are often unpredictable, and so is this king at times, so don't be surprised if someone acts in a way you didn't expect or anticipated, and the reason for that is that wands people go where their passion draws them and where they find inspiration and creativity, and also where energy and action is, and that happens in an instant, in the spur of the moment, without planning beforehand. The person represented by this king may have a big vision for you and for your relationship or for your professional situation, any type of relationship that might be, and it will be up to you to decide whether you want to follow and invest in his vision or not. For Cancer, we had the Tower and now it's the Two of Pentacles. The Tower is a very disruptive card because it usually manifests as shocking events, unexpected events that could show us the truth of a situation though, and although we may feel very shocked, frustrated, sad, At the same time, there are no illusions, there are no false hopes, and you can start seeing a situation as it really is. Under the energy of the Two of Pentacles you got this week, you may decide to juggle two different options, two different situations, trying to keep them both in balance, because balance is what you are looking for at this stage, especially after the energy of the Tower. And that may not be an easy thing to do. For example, if you are involved with two different persons, or if you are involved in two different careers, it will not be easy to maintain both situations in a harmonious way. You may be able to hold them for a while, but that won't be a long-term situation, a long-term arrangement. At some point you will have to make a decision, and that will be inevitable. The faster you make the decision, the better for you, because trying to maintain the situation for too long will leave you drained and frustrated. If you want to know how someone feels about you, they are experiencing changing emotions, and they are trying to figure out how they feel, or to balance how they feel, or they try to keep peace between different energies. The Two of Pentacles often shows a repeat, so there might be a pattern that's replaying in one of your relationships. For instance, someone is coming and going, and that becomes the norm of the situation. Or they are going with the flow about how they feel, but that means the flow is always influencing their feelings. There are ups and downs, there is no stability, and it may be very conditional, depending on everyday energies, on how they feel, on what happens in their everyday life, and all those things are reflected on the way they treat you and on their connection with you. The Two of Pentacles is Jupiter in Capricorn, and Capricorn is very practical, ambitious, hardworking, so you will work harder this week, and Jupiter will bring you luck and will bring you expansion. If you have a goal you want to achieve, Jupiter will create an opportunity for you that will make you feel more independent and more self-reliant. What you want will happen more effortlessly this week. Tuesday is holding the strongest energy this week, and that's when you will experience this energy the most. For Leo, we had the Nine of Wands, and now it's the Page of Wands. Two fire cards. Fire cards are intense energy, and the Nine of Wands is a card that puts you in a defensive mode. You have to defend yourself, your ideas, your beliefs, or another person. And this can be a very intense energy that can drain you. But this week the vibe is changing with the Page of Wands, and yes, the Page of Wands too is a card of action, as Wands always represent action. So the action you took last week, or maybe your thoughts you had or a plan you made, you will communicate those plans, those thoughts now. Since the Page of Wands represents messages, communication, you will have an interesting conversation with someone this week, and you will talk basically about what you want to do, what you want to achieve. The Page of Wands shows what you are passionate about, and that can be a project you have, a plan you have, a relationship, a new relationship, or a new beginning you want to make in an existing one. But you need other people to work with you in some way, so you need to cooperate with someone on that plan or on that idea or on that relationship, and this week you will talk about all those things. Also, you will get very good news about something. If you're wondering about the feelings of someone, feelings are warm, are positive, but they are still immature, so to speak, meaning that they have to grow further, they have to get more stable or deeper. And this person wants to get to know you better. Even if you know each other for a long time, there are aspects of yourself that you are not aware of. And maybe you do not understand at times where they're coming from, or they don't understand where you're coming from, your needs, your expectations, and there might be some differences or a difficulty to express your thoughts, your feelings to each other in a way that you both understand. So this page shows a need to work on your communication so that the overall relationship improves. The beginning of the week will be busier, so Monday, Tuesday will be the strong days of this week. And if you've been waiting for something that was delayed or blocked, now at last blocking energies energies seem to be released and things will start moving forward finally. Pages represent the initial stages and the first steps we take towards a goal, so keep in mind that between now and your end goal there are some stages that cannot be skipped, and make sure that you don't try to take shortcuts out of impatience, because impatience is a big issue with this page. This week there will surely be something that you want to create, something that you want to do, but you may not know quite how to do it, so perhaps you will be dealing with something that's still underdeveloped and can't go any further at that moment. But there is potential, there is passion, there is creativity, all the ingredients needed to achieve even what seems impossible. For Virgo, we had the Ace of Wands and now we got the Chariot. The Ace of Wands is the first move, the initial idea, the beginning of action. It's a high energy card. Although, as all aces, its energy is weak, and now with the Chariot, whatever you started last week will become more controlled and more focused. The Chariot is about getting something, winning something at all costs. That's why you will probably make extreme effort to get something that you want this week. Just make sure that in that process you are not making too many sacrifices, or sacrifices that you will later regret. Because at times we get blinded by pursuing a certain goal or a certain person we want to have, and in the meantime we may neglect other things, or we put in too much energy and we don't have any energy left for other things. All those are expressions of the energy of the Chariot. There might be a person who's a Cancer sun or ascendant, and that person will play a role in your life this week. If you are wondering how someone feels, they are guarding their feelings, they are guarding their heart, because they have been hurt in the past, or because trust is not there yet, or because they fear, that's also a strong element of the Chariot, they fear that they are going to lose control and they don't want that to happen. It's important that you don't push them. For instance, don't try to instigate communications if they are not open to communicating, as you will get unwanted results, and what will probably happen is the opposite from what you have in mind. Cancer is the sign of the Chariot, and Cancer is ruling the time period between June 22 and July 22, and that might have been a significant time period for you, as a very important goal must have been achieved within that time frame. And maybe this week you will experience the results or the consequences of actions you took back then. Sunday appears to be a special day this week, when you can get something done, or you will hear good news involving traveling, or you will get news about someone who lives in a different country, or you may even plan a trip for the distant future. For Libra, we had the Five of Cups and now it's the Six of Cups. The Five of Cups is not an easy card because it shows that something last week upset you or made you feel disappointed, frustrated. The Five of Cups often shows something that's missing, something we lost, or someone who's not there and we want them to be there. But this week you have the Six of Cups, which is the natural progression of the five as it comes after this five. And the Six of Cups shows that you will reconnect with someone that has a very special place in your life, in your heart, and it will probably be a happy and joyous meeting. And yes, under this energy, you may decide to give another chance, a second chance in a personal or in a professional relationship. However, the message of the Six of Cups is that you have already felt the energies and the dynamics with a particular person or with a particular professional situation. You know what to expect from them, and it would not be very wise to think that the situation or this person has changed, because they haven't. So if you decide to connect with them again, you need to make a very conscious decision. You may be very aware of what you are doing so that you don't feel disappointed later on and that you don't blame yourself. This week, there's a good chance you will learn a secret, or a secret will be uncovered in some way, because the Six of Cups is the sun in Scorpio. And the sun sheds light to things that are hidden or confusing, and Scorpio is known to keep secrets, so if there has been something concealed, something that was unclear, expect that hidden things will come to light now, and it will be much easier for you to figure things out. If you're wondering how another person feels about you, the Six of Cups means that they feel a sense of knowing, as if they know you forever, for a long time. Which might be the case or not. That's because the Six of Cups is one of the karmic cards in Tarot. It shows connections from the past, and when I'm saying the past, I mean from past lives, if you believe in reincarnation and in past lives, and maybe you too have the same feeling about them. The Six of Cups points to events that happened between 3 and 12 November. So this week something that started back then may be completed, or it will come to a balance, because the Six of Cups and sixes in general represent balance. But since that's one of the cards that are strongly associated with the past, it shows that you are revisiting the past in some way. So it's more possible that something that stopped around that time will start moving forward again, or will continue, will restart in some way. The Six of Cups puts emphasis on the end of the week, so it will be Saturday or Sunday that you should expect the strongest expression of the energy of this card. For Scorpio, we had the Five of Swords, and now it's the Four of Pentacles. The Five of Swords is not an easy card, because that's the card of conflicts, arguments, big contrasts. You may have a big argument, a big fight with someone last week, and things were too heated, too upsetting. So energies must have been a little weird last week. But this week you got the Four of Pentacles, and with the Four of Pentacles you will experience more stability, because this week you are deciding to hold back and to try to control your feelings or your enthusiasm, or even your need for fun or for joy. The Four of Pentacles focuses on what makes us feel secure, being money, a stable job, a family, and a relationship, whatever it is that you consider a strong and secure base to rely on. And in the name of security, this week you may decide to sacrifice something like fun or your creative expression. There might be a fear that you are going to lose something or someone, and you will decide to tighten your grip on something, or to make rules, or to draw boundaries. And that means you may get possessive towards someone, or someone else will get possessive towards you, and there might be some episodes of jealousy or trust issues may arise. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, feelings are there, but they are holding back, trying to control them. Maybe they want to play safe and they don't want to risk getting hurt. In any case, for now, they want to keep their feelings to themselves and they don't feel like sharing. However, under this energy, I wouldn't be surprised if you are on their mind all the time, even if they don't admit it, even if they don't show it. Events between 10 and 19 January may come now to a completion, because fours do show that the stage is being completed. Or if you were afraid that you are going to lose something, this week you will see that it's secure. Or if you are thinking about buying something expensive like a car or property, this will be a good week to do so. The Four of Pentacles is Mars in Capricorn, and that means you can now be very strategic about what you want to do, either in your personal life or in your professional life, and you will get laser focus that will allow you to go ahead with things, especially if you've been procrastinating, or for one reason or another you felt that you were stuck. Although that's not a card of big change, fours are not cards of change. That's an energy that makes things happen, even if that's slow. The strongest day of this week seems to be Thursday, so that's when you will feel the energy of this four the most. For Sagittarius, we had the Four of Swords, and now it's the Judgment. The Four of Swords is a peaceful and relaxing energy, so maybe last week you were on a break or on vacations, or you had to restore your physical or your emotional health if you've been sick. So energies must have been rather slow, and maybe you felt that nothing much is happening. However, this week with the Judgment, you will feel that as if you are waking up from a long slumber, and things will start getting interesting. The Judgment is a transition basically. It's not a sudden change caused by luck or by circumstances, but it's a change that springs from reason and from the lessons we've learned in the past. Expect that this week you will be challenged to prove that you have learned one of those lessons, and that means you will probably have to deal with a situation that appears to be a repeat, a replay of something that happened before, and in order to get different or better results, you'll have to respond in a way that will produce a different outcome. So it's important that you start doing things differently, if change is what you're looking for, of course. And under this energy, a plan you've been developing for a long time may come to fruition. If there's a choice that needs to be made, let your mind and your logic guide the decision. And speaking about decisions, you may have to make a major decision in your life, likely one that will determine and shape the next chapter of your life. If you want to know how someone feels about you, their feelings are getting warmer now, especially if there's been a pause in your relationship, as this card suggests a restart, a rebirth. So you may get a second chance with them. Just make sure that you don't repeat mistakes of the past, because if the outcome of your relationship has been negative or something that you didn't like, if you repeat the same mistakes, this time it may be even worse. So it's crucial that you remain aware of the limitations of a situation and always go for change. So try to see a situation as it really is and not as you'd like it to be. Don't do the same things over and over, as if you do that and you fall into the same patterns and the same mistakes again and again, life will put major obstacles in your way until you learn that lesson. This energy will last for about 20 days and after that will again start to shift. For Capricorn, we had the Sun and now it's the Five of Wands. The Sun is a very positive energy. It's an energy that will put you in the center of attention, an energy that will make things clear for you if there has been confusion. It's joy, it's good times, it's about connecting with friends or connecting with children, with young people. So last week must have had some very positive moments for you. And this week you have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a fire card and has the same vibe, the same energy with the Sun, which is also a fire card. If you have been impatient and you tried to speed things up, you will probably be successful and you may even manage to take some shortcuts and skip some stages in something. Forcing things usually doesn't work, but it seems that in this case it will work for you. The Five of Wands will put you in a competitive mode and that could play out in a number of ways. If we are talking about personal relationships or love, then perhaps there will be power struggles in one of your relationships. Maybe you or your partner disagree about something and there might be a contrast here. Or if there's a pattern in your relationship that's been repeating way too often, you may want to do something about it this week if you find it annoying. Now, if we're talking about a professional situation, you will probably have to stand out one way or another, and there will be those who will be going for the same reward, for the same position maybe, and you will feel this strong need to be the winner. And there's a good chance you will stand out, and the way to do that is to make sure that you maintain momentum, that you keep taking action. This isn't a moment to wait, this is a week to act if you want to get something done. Try not to compare yourself with others though, because that will make you feel less confident. If you want to know how someone feels about you, they feel very strongly for you, but there's also an inner struggle. Now, that can be for many reasons. Maybe there are aspects of your relationship that aren't working, or maybe there are differences, different personalities, different needs, maybe you want different things. and perhaps that's stopping them from taking the next step. However, there will be efforts and you can make this work out in the end. Friday seems to be the strong day of this week, while things that happened between mid-July and mid-August may come to a head now. For Aquarius, we had the King of Cups and now it's the Ten of Pentacles. Things are getting more serious this week and you will probably have to deal with the practical aspects of a situation or of a relationship. As all tens, this one too shows a completion and it often shows the involvement of other people. It has to do with family matters, with practical matters, property, finances. All those things will be in your focus this week. And last week there was a person, the King of Cups, someone who's a water sign or ascendant, Scorpio, Cancer or Pisces, who played an important role in your life. And it appears that this week too, this person will continue to influence your life with their presence. Something will happen that will show you are on the right path, and there will be a meeting that several people will attend. And this week you will be busy with obligations, responsibilities, and you may even feel that you are not able to do everything by your own. And this is not a week to go alone anyway. This is a week that much will be accomplished with the participation and the cooperation of other people. If you are wondering how someone feels about you, their feelings are extremely stable and they want to have a long-lasting connection with you. That applies either to personal or professional relationships, as pentacles are often associated with money and work. This person feels that they can rely on you and you give them a sense of security which is very important for them. They find you strong and they find you reliable. The Ten of Pentacles astrologically is Mercury in Virgo, and Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. While Virgo is stable, organized, a good communicator, so if you had a misunderstanding a while ago, this week you will be able to resolve it. Or if there has been a plan that failed to manifest, this week you will be able to work with another, with your partner or with other people and make solid plans or have solid communications. Also, if you were thinking about drawing boundaries, this is a good week to do so, and under this energy, people will be more willing to respect those boundaries and take into account your own needs and your own expectations too. Something that happened around mid-September could be finalized this week, like an agreement or a contract, and it will be on very beneficial terms for you. For Pisces, we had the High Priestess and now we have the Queen of Wands. The High Priestess is an energy of secretive, emotional detachment, platonic relationships, so maybe there was a distance between you and another person last week or communications broke down. This week the Queen of Wands gives a different vibe because things will get more clear, especially if you want to know what to do, because Wands are cards of action and you will take action on your thoughts, you will take initiative, especially if you feel that another person is hesitating or procrastinating. You will realize that at this stage only you can ensure that everything will go according to plan and everything will run smoothly. Having said that, you may have to face a minor challenge this week and you will have to decide whether something or someone is worth your time and worth your energy. Someone around you, probably a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, may display flashes of temper by being impulsive or by being unpredictable, probably because they are trying to control the situation between you and get their way. However, if you're wondering how they feel, their feelings are warm and friendly and they feel very good in your presence. They find you attractive, there is strong sexual desire. They will probably take action to show you they like you, and that will happen within the next 2 weeks. Something significant will be accomplished this week and you will have to take lead and make it happen. You are heading towards the final stages of something and things will start moving fast and developments will follow one after another. So be prepared for some intensity this week, probably in many areas of your life, and that's a good thing if things have been stagnant lately. You will feel very energized, passionate, and excited about what you want to achieve, and you will also draw people like a magnet, as your charisma, your charms will be very strong. In fact, you will draw the right people who are in energetic resonance with you, people that will help you achieve your goals, or if we are talking about love, a partner who will be aligned with your own needs and your own expectations. Your charms will be strong this week, and you may even find out that you have a secret admirer. So these were the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of January the 16th to January 22. I hope you found them useful, and I will see you again next week. Have a great week.